So that right there is the city sewer. I'm going to go up a little bit farther so you can see, if I can. I had all that water on. I can't get it, but your line goes like this. This is the city sewer right here.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
Yep.
it's like this, and ours goes into it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Taps into it that way, yep. So everybody from this side of the street has to go to that side of the street. Everybody from that side of the street has a really short run to, in case they have any issues.
So basically work across the street, you know?
I have the same problem at my, it's not really a problem unless you have a problem. But my sewer line runs the same way. This is what they call green
Oh, I see.
PVC piping. This is actually the city's pipe, but I inspect all the way to the city sewer, so I want to make sure that I cover all the bases.
So, sorry, can you help me out?
Sure.
So we're in West Bloomfield, right?
Uh-huh.
And we had a problem with water flushing, running away from the house.
Okay.
We were going to flush it. We were going to connect a pipe from the roof directly into the city sewers, and the city came up to us and said you can't do that. Is that a thing? And can we do that here?
Well, where's water coming from?
So it was. We had this mushy area in front of the house that the sump pump was pumping out the water
Okay.
and just leaving it there.
Yes.
So we tried to get an extension from where it was exiting
Okay.
straight into the sewer, the city sewer.
Oh, okay.
But the city came back to us and said you can't do that. You have to leave it flushed into your yard, and so the mushy area is still there.
Well, see, that's storm drain stuff. That's anything from around your house or in the house. That's where all your drains in the basement floor, those are all storm drains, except for if you have the laundry facility in the basement.
Okay.
That floor drain will be sanitary only. The rest of them are just storm drain.
Right.
So the reason they don't want you putting, it doesn't really make too much sense. If you were putting sanitary into the storm drain, that would be illegal.
It's not sanitary.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's storm drain going into the sewer, kind of stupid.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they want that going into the storm,
Oh.
the city storm drain.
Right. Okay.
So on your street, you probably have, just like this street, your sanitary line, the city sewer is on the other side. The storm drain is on this side.
Okay.
So you could legally tap that into the city storm drain. I don't see what the problem would be with that.
Yeah.
It
Do you
doesn't
remember
make any
that
sense.
conversation?
I remember,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is a thing.
Yeah, it
they
does.
came and
It's
stopped
weird.
us from doing it. So maybe it was that guy who didn't really know what was going on. Could be.
Well, what you can do though is run a line under your grass, okay, and run it. You can run it to the sidewalk, or just before the sidewalk, and just let it dump out there.
Okay.
Myself, I would like to see you go under the sidewalk.
Mhm.
You don't have to remove the sidewalk,
Yep.
but just tunnel under the sidewalk
Yep.
and get it to the easement area and let it just drain off there. That way, you know, like in the before winter and after winter,
Yeah.
you're not freezing and warming the sidewalk, so it's
Yeah.
going to crack.
Right. Right. I see what you're
That's
saying.
what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're looking. The thing is, there's no sidewalk there though.
Oh, there is no
There's
sidewalk.
no. What I'm
There's
talking about,
no
there's none.
neighborhood.
Yeah, I would just run it down then close to the street or
Yeah.
the ditch where that, if you have a ditch in the front,
Yeah.
whatever you have, and just let it go. Be done
Okay.
with it. Just make sure that when you put that line in, that you're bedding that ground so that you have a 1/4-inch pitch
Yeah.
every foot.
Okay.
Just like the sanitary line. A lot of times what happens with this PVC piping, just like this pipe is PVC, what they tend to do, and I don't know if it's just a unconscious thing or not, but like I told you, if you have this glued all the way around each connection, you'll never get tree root in outside. And I think it goes to people's heads because they tend to just throw this in the ground because it's PVC, nothing can happen. Well, a lot can happen. If you're not bedding the ground right, you end up with these, in this area a lot, and also West Bloomfield, I see it all the time, you end up with these 30-foot sections of sanitary sewer line that are just holding water. So the water coming out of the house has to push the water from there, get it out,
Yeah.
and the only thing you can do with that is dig it up and replace it, and bed the ground right.
Okay.
So just make sure that your line is bedded right, so that you're not holding water there, because what's going to happen is you're only going to be going down 2-3 feet. I shouldn't say 3 feet. You need to get it below the frost line, so 42 inch.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to be below that, because
Yeah.
what's going to happen is if there's any water in it, it's just going to freeze. It's going to crack this pipe.
Good to know.
So get it below the frost line.
Yep.
And make sure it's got a pitch, because you don't want water sitting in there. But it's just
Yeah.
it's
Right.
just your sump pump line. I mean,
It is. That's what it is.
big deal.
It would literally, because this drainage I'm talking about literally flushes from the grass.
Mhm.
At the end of the grass, straight away you have it.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to do something where the pipe from the sump
Yeah.
pump literally just exits here, and then
Yeah.
it's just going to dump into it.
And I'm not sure what size pipe you're going to use for that, but you're certainly not going to need more than 3-inch diameter.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure it's not Schedule 30.
Is that something that you can do, by the way? Can you
I don't
something
do
like Okay. You just do
I know people that do it,
Yeah.
and I have
That's what I'm
contractors
saying.
around.
We might have to schedule him to come over.
Come and take it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have contractors. I can give you their
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, what happens with Schedule 30 is about half the thickness of the Schedule 40.
Okay.
So in my backyard, my whole line from 7 feet of dirt on top of it, just dirt,
Mhm.
crushed that Schedule 30 like a pancake.
Okay. Right.
So whoever's trying to save money by using Schedule 30 is a joke.
Wasting your time, right?
It's
Yeah,
nothing, eh?
It's a joke.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to have my whole backyard dug up 7 feet deep
Wow.
Oh.
to replace that line because somebody wanted to save a couple bucks.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so don't go with Schedule 30.
Okay. Right.
You want 40, the
We'll
thick
get
stuff.
you to come and take a look, because it's caused us so much problems over the last
Okay.
years.
All right.
And we have to sort it out, especially with potential other new people coming
Mhm.
to live there.
Yep.
I don't want to call, this
Yeah, you
issue
want that. You want that
taken care
away
of.
from the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
This is a lot of the things.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
this is good to know. So
Yeah, I
if you
saw
have a
that.
paint over the house, whatever, you have all the, you can just match them.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna leave it though.
They will.
They will. Okay.
Okay. See, but there's a lot of paint here. I don't know why
Oh,
there's
yeah,
so
I
much.
noticed that.
There's so much paint,
They must
but
have painted or maybe the
But at least you
people
have-
of them left it too. I don't know.
you have at least what the paint are, so you can just you can take this to Sherway. This is so anything
Same
Sherway
still,
Hill
right?
or Benjamin Moore, whatever.
How
there.
deep is that thing? How deep is that?
How deep is this right here?
Yeah.
At the tap, it's 10 feet. So I'm back. It's only 10 feet deep here at the tap, and that's not normal. I mean, they're probably going into the top of the pipe there
Yeah.
instead of the bottom. Usually, you have a big drop just before the tap of the city sewer.
Mhm.
You don't really have that here, so you're going into the top of the pipe. And right here, we're probably, I'd say about 6 feet.
Okay.
Yep, at this point.
No, it's not a question.
So as you can see on the bottom, there's just minimal debris, minimal water. Everything looks really good. That's where the green pipe, a lot of cities like to use the green pipe. It's the same as this. It really doesn't make any difference. That's where it connects to this normal white PVC pipe.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And we got some turns going here. This is the nicest inspection I've done all week,
Is it?
and I've done 12 of them.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
At this point, that's what we want to hear.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We don't want surprises.
Seriously, no.
Well,
Wait, isn't this build up?
Yeah,
What's
it's
this?
just build up because you just don't have enough water flushing. How many people are living here right now?
3, 4, maybe.
4, I think.
Okay, yeah. You know, every once in a while, it doesn't hurt with PVC piping. I'd say like once a year, turn on all the cold water in the house, everything,
Sort of run through.
and let it run for 20 minutes,
Mm.
just to get that out of there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You know, what happens with, and it will never happen here because you really don't have a belly per se. You know what a belly is? Belly's where your connections are here and here on your pipe, but your pipe's sitting in the middle because, like I said, it's not bedded right.
Okay.
So it's holding water. That
Yeah. Yeah. I
the
see.
middle of the pipe is down.
Yeah. Okay.
The only time that you get blockages is when you have a belly like that, because the waste sits in there, the water washes by the waste,
Yeah.
and the waste builds
Yeah,
builds
yeah.
with more coming out.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
thing you know, your whole line is blocked
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
debris.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
Yeah. So if it would be something like this, but sort of laid on the ground, where you've got this, like it's facing the other way,
Okay.
would it be something like that? Would you call this a belly? This brace here? Is
No, that's
different?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It'll be like the pipe is bended, you know, like you
Yeah.
see straight, there's
Yeah.
a little curve,
Mm-hmm.
and the water just sits there, you know.
Yep.
Oh, I get the
Yeah, the
Yeah,
plastic,
like a belly.
Yeah.
like this here. If this was pushed out
Yeah, I get the
here,
concept. Yeah.
but it was still connected,
Mhm. Yeah. I see what
that
you're saying.
water would be sitting in there.
Oh, I see.
No, they don't want.
What is that? That's also,
That's also debris, and that's just from where it's sitting, you know, where it lies.
yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't hurt to do, and I'll tell you, it'll take care of that stuff. You'll get it out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I would suggest to anybody. Normally, how old is the house?
1997.
Right, so-
Okay. See, anything back from like 80 older,
Right.
chances are it might be cast iron to clay pipe or whatever like that. And I tell everybody to, you know, every 4 or 5 years, would you know, have another sewer camera inspection, because you might want to blow it out.
Yeah.
You know, if it gets bad enough, you want to water jet that out.
Right.
You don't want to snake it out, because that's you only snake tree root stuff like that or blockages. But water jetting will get all that out.
Okay. Right.
So you know, I'd say maybe 8 years or so. Have
Yeah.
another camera inspection. If it's bad, hire somebody to come out and just water jet it out. You'll be done.
So by the looks of this, 4, 5, 6, 7 years from now, we need to be calling you back. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as if you turn the water, the cold water for 20 minutes.
You can, but just so you've got a visual.
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, the water is going to do what it's supposed to do, but does it
Yeah.
really do it?
Yeah, and you know what? But it never hurts. Like I
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
it never hurts to go above and beyond.
Cool.
But I don't see any cracking or anything like that. Yesterday I had 2 in a row that were just, oh my God. One, one was on a slab. The house was on a slab, so no basement, and had to go right through the kitchen floor and dig the whole thing up. Oh my God. A foot and a half down. Oh, well, actually 2 feet. 2 feet down through the concrete floor.
Right.
Not fun.
Can you imagine how much digging we'll have to do?
Very expensive, and you gotta, you know, it's all hand dug.
No,
So
you
you gotta take it out in buckets.
Oh, that's
And that's, you know, costly. It's a big mess.
Sure.
And so now I'm back to about 10 feet. This was about 152 feet out altogether.
Right.
And like I said, this is definitely the best one I've seen all week long.
Right. That's good, yeah.
It's, you know, it's peace of mind, so you don't, you know,
Yeah. Right, thank you.
it's bad when you have issues, because I tell people, you know, go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get your little moisture sensors and put them on the floor, because, you know, they don't want to fix something right away, you know.
Well, see, this is this is what I was just paying attention to.
Can you speak to that at all? The
moisture sensors?
Yeah, because we saw one in here. What does it indicate? Oh,
Where'd you see it at?
I'm talking about the.
we saw one in here. Was it the base
humidifier.
Over here.
Yeah. So they
I didn't see what attention there.
Yeah.
upstairs in the office.
Yeah, he makes a very good point.